Hey, good day, good day. It's been a while. Look what I got in the background. People told me that I should have had more faith and I wouldn't need that. But when you have like major orthopedic surgery, you need some stuff like that. But I'm not here to bemoan that. First of all, I want to apologize to everybody. I was really fussed out by certain people in Dominican Republic and Africa and Britain and Georgia and Alabama and DC and Maryland. They just fussed me out because I didn't let them know that I was going through. And I do apologize for that. And we also have to reach out from now on when we're going through things. But let me tell you how this worked out. I went in for a hip replacement. Am I in pain? Yeah. You know, nobody beats you up like that without you going through something. But I went in for it. I was really wrestling with it. This year has been a very hard year. COVID-19 situation. Some pastors, they're well-meaning, but yet very religious and not wise, and they passed away. So since January, it's been a very tight time emotionally. I know where my people are at, but you still miss them, and you didn't want them to go. And some people, they left on their own accord. You know, they tell you to wear a mask, wear a mask. And one person that I know of has even called someone else to leave on their accord because of their lack of desire in rights. You know, nobody's violating your rights. If anything, you're fulfilling the law of the gospel of Jesus when he said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Well, you wouldn't walk yourself into some place with the possibility of a deadly virus that could attack you, so why would you expose everyone else? But let's go back over to it. I go in for this surgery. I'm praying the whole time like, Lord, all you gotta do is say no and I won't go. But when God has you to connect with some people, and there are often times that you may have to go through something that's very hard, difficult, like this, that he has people for you to connect. So I had promised everyone that I would make this a couple of days ago, and I just didn't do it. I mean, pain was there. I had should I say, interruptions are not necessarily from the devil. So I had all these interruptions. I didn't get into physical therapy, which, you know, caused problem with my mobility, with my pain management, with some of everything. So here it is. I have all of this, and I'm fine with that. But I'm going into surgery, and of all times, everybody in there was either airborne or had been through jump school, was serving with special forces units or special operation forces units, whether it be Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, or whatever. So there was a camaraderie that was on the way into there. I remember they gave me everything. It was a camaraderie all the way into there. But now something happened on the way out. The enemy had thrown his foot up in something anytime he get a chance to. My block wore off before it was time. Brother man was in pain. And there was no, oh, I'm just going to wait on the Lord. No, I was calling out to Jesus and anybody else that could help me with that. Yes, I was. It was painful. When they start, you know, replacing bones and drilling and all this in your bones and putting this back in and that back in, you hurting. Needless to say, they came and gave me the whoopee juice off into my IV, and then I was okay with that. We was good with that. We was calm. I had it going. It was okay. But then after that, everyone else that came into my room needed to talk about God. I mean, everybody. From one nurse to nurse assistant, even one of the doctors, the dietary people, and the transport person. So in less than 2 days, I went in on Wednesday and I was out on Thursday. Figure that out with a whole joint replacement. They ain't playing now, you know. So I just shook my head and I was like, wow, Lord, you have this going on like this. Even on down to the transport person that took me to the car. The Lord gave me a word and I gave it to him, and this man stopped right there and started shouting right in the middle of the hospital parking lot. I mean, in the lobby. He just started shouting. There's no way I know, but the Holy Spirit said, I need you to connect with these people. Yet he didn't tell me I was going to be in pain connected with them either. And I count it all joy. I count it all joy. So we go through those days. they let me fall through the cracks, for lack of a better term, for a couple of days. So that in turn means that I had to use more pain medicine to, get through this. Because it ain't no joke with this. It's still painful now. It's getting better. It is getting better. With physical therapy, that hurts like I don't know what. So let's fast forward until yesterday. Well, the day before yesterday, I had a nurse come in. Nurse has seen me before. You're the minister, man, that we sit down and we discuss the Bible with, and I want you to know, and she's giving me updates on her family. It's just wonderful. I loved it. So that was wonderful as well. I got to see that. And then the next person that comes in, a physical therapy man, and he's like just kind of feeling me out, like, okay. But I sensed that he was to connect me with someone. It wasn't necessarily him. Well, this morning, it comes out. First thing this morning, my occupational therapy person comes in. Person needs a word from the Lord. You hear from God. You speak to them. You strengthen their faith. Now, we have another sister in Christ. And these are people that are building the kingdom. So again, all of this stuff that is coming out, the community of we is now fully functioning. I love it. The community of we. That's one of the books. I have to go back and really lean on it, because now is the time for that book, The Community of We. It's already out. It's been doing decent with no marketing whatsoever, pretty much. So many people will make a YouTube video and they want everybody on here to send $19.99 for their book. You can buy my book. I'll let you know about it if it's time. But I don't mind if you buy somebody else's book. As a matter of fact, there are quite a few people that I would recommend their book over mine. Not necessarily because I don't think mine is worthless, but I think for maybe what you may be looking for at that time may be in their book and not necessarily mine. Well, that's neither here nor there. The next lady comes in. The other PT lady that this other guy referred her to, she looks at me. She said, "You look awful familiar." And I'm like, oh, okay, here we go again. And so we talked a couple of minutes. And I said, well, I've been to this physical therapist, that physical therapist. She said, no, it's something else. Turned out this is a missionary that I met. We crossed paths in the Dominican Republic. And I just found it was just so wonderful. So here we got one that wanted to go, one that wanted to learn more about, missions, and one that was a seasoned missionary. And we're planning a medical missions together. This is what I'm saying, that regardless of what you're going through, God has a purpose for it. God has a purpose for it. Now, what have I been going through? Okay, it was a hip replacement. Woo, there was a whole lot with that. And why? Because of things that I did in the military and things of that nature. Is it painful? Not as bad as both knees, but it's painful enough. So what are we doing with all of this? As I'm home, already, COVID already has me studying. I'm just, loving all of this. If I could just reach around and grab Bible here. I just dropped my ink pen that I won't bend down because I can't. Commentaries here, notes are here. I had this stuff everywhere. And just in case you pop up at the house, I got my mask. So all of this is coming together now that I'm looking at this, and I'm just wonderfully blessed of God. I'm having people call me from these connections, because I don't mind giving them my number. It's not like I'm going nowhere for the next couple of weeks anyway. So, so you can call me, we can talk about it. We've discussed things such as tithing, and I'm surprised at some of the stuff that churches are teaching, and just in forgiveness and grace and love. What does it help? Yes, the church that we're assigned to, that we're under, a pastor, he's been preaching on that thing of love. Your faith walk needs to be, strengthened by love. So, even all of that's coming about. So during this time of this pandemic, know that I'm okay. I'm okay. I know some people don't think so. David, I'm sorry. Luz, I'm sorry. Emmanuel, I'm sorry. Kay, I'm sorry. Yahira, I'm sorry. Lyric, I'm sorry. I can keep going down the list, but next time I will call on you all, and we're going to work through there. I'm going to get back in the groove of things very shortly. I'm not sure which direction God is having me go. I've been reading the book of Job, and that's been quite an interesting book. So perhaps I'll go that route. Perhaps I won't. Only God is going to know with this. But I want you to know Dr. Prodigal is okay. And I'm sorry, y'all. Don't no more Gorilla Grams, no more Zoom meetings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I'll be talking to you all soon. And in the meantime, I'm going to get the Beastie Boys, and I think I need to lay down after the physical therapy. Boy, they are so mean. So I'm going to get in my Cadillac here, and I'm going to go on down there. So all y'all people that want to get in church and shout, I'm going to learn how to shout with my walker now. Now, how you do that? Don't believe that. Please, don't believe that. No, no, no. God bless you. I'll be back later on. We'll talk. Have a wonderful day.